What else is non-negotiable for you?
I'm less and less interested in religious men, if I'm being honest with you. I told Paul this the other day. I don't know. You hit me with the man of God thing.
But you say God a lot on your podcast.
God?
Yeah, you be like, God, oh my God.
Oh my God. No.
Oh my God, it's different.
Oh my God, it's different than being a man of God. If you're leading, I don't know. I've just had some. I've had some negative experiences with people that lead with their religion.
Are you religious?
Not really.
No.
So I would say I'm a person of faith, but I'm not. I was raised in a Baptist church, very, very religious family. I don't think that just because you're a Christian that you are, not living a good life. I'm just saying if that's the first thing that you bring to the table, it's a red flag for me because I don't
they're hiding behind their religion.
I don't care. Why? What does this matter to me?
With that before, that's what that happened.
Multiple times.
Yeah.
And be careful with women. Okay? They dream killers. Ooh. You start messing with little girls, they dream killers. Now, a lot of people listen to that and go, oh, John, why are you saying that? Guess what? If I was talking to a girl, I would tell her stay away from boys because boys are dream killers.
I heard that.
It works both ways. You got to stay focused is the point. That ain't saying you can have a little girlfriend, but don't get out of control. You got to be selfish. It's all about what it is you're trying to do in that path. If you get distracted, you're done. Can't get distracted.
Tell us the truth!
All right, what's good, YouTube? It's your man, Book of Afro-Running, a.k.a. Dr. BOA. Yep, I got time today. Women in America have one problem in particular that makes them unworthy wives and make them something to play with, not stay with. They don't believe in God. They create goddesses for themselves. They create false gods for themselves. But they don't believe in God. And therefore, they don't respect nor desire a godly man. Now, that's not bad. It's not good. It's just true. They want a man who doesn't have boundaries because they don't have boundaries.
I invested a lot of money into buying this building, into developing this concept so black people can have somewhere nice to go to, okay? Somewhere where we can feel good about ourselves as a, come on, stop the music, please. Somewhere where our people can feel good about ourselves as a culture, okay? Yeah. No, real talk. And so all this twerking and take it to Prime, take it to Pink, don't bring it here because we're a restaurant. And so beyond that, 75% of my customers are ladies. And I want men to show respect for themselves for how they carry themselves here. So how can I tell the men to respect themselves and you guys are talking on glass here? If you want to do it, get the fuck out my restaurant.
They want a man who can't self-govern because they can't self-govern.
We do the same diets as white women, we lose less weight and we lose it slower, even when we're following the diet than our white women counterparts. It's literally that the racism that you're experiencing and the struggle to make ends meet actually means the diet don't work for you to.
They want a man who will allow his five senses to lead him because their five senses lead them.
You wanted a 32-year-old who's making $200K. Sure. What do you think the median income is for the age that you specified?
Like 70, maybe 65, 70. Is it lower?
48,000.
Wow. I would say probably like 70K, maybe.
It's actually $49,000.
Wow. Between 65 and 70 for a 30-year-old?
It's actually 45.
Oh, okay.
And you were the most realistic one so far. For a 26-year-old, what do you think the median income is?
I'm pretty sure it's closer to like 60,000.
It is $38,000.
Oh, wow.
So a 33-year-old.
I would like to say around 100K, maybe 80K. I'm not exactly sure.
It is a whopping $49,000.
Oh. Oops. My brain was somewhere else. I don't even know. Maybe 50?
Okay.
Or 60K?
For a 30-year-old, the median income is 45.
Okay.
So you were close at 50.
I want to say like 60K.
45K.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Does that shock you?
Yes, it does.
So I'm just going to put what you wanted in this little calculator here. So $1 million at 29.
I mean, I've met a few. I have met a few.
Okay.
They want a man who can't control his libido because they can't control their libido.
Teflon, Teflon, Teflon,
I don't love her, I don't love her, and I don't need her. I like to.
And one example of that is Joy Taylor. Once a woman is seeking attention, she doesn't care what she says or what she exposes. See, we believe a woman will just make up stuff and say whatever. Sometimes she will. But in other times, a woman will just be open to exposing things about herself that are controversial. And in this clip, we're going to watch Joy Taylor do just that.
I'm 38 fucking years old. So, yeah, like I've been working for 20 years. I'm a professional adult.
So we can cut off a lot of dudes if you dating, you're not dating, whatever. But like Future, what's the age limit?
Age limit?
As far as youth to older. What's the youngest to the oldest? Like what's your range?
Damn, I'm telling myself right now. I would say right now, at my age right now. Yeah, I would not date younger than 25, 26.
That's a
Why
good
are you laughing?
Why is that funny?
No, because I thought she was going to be on
I thought you would say-
I thought she was going to be
yeah.
on some like 35 to 57.
Me too.
Oh no! I mean, I don't think I could. I don't know. I'm not gonna get up here and lie. Okay, young men are very aggressive and they do not care how old I am. And
Wait, Joy, I have to ask you because this is a whole thing with women.
25
where they're saying
is a
that these young
grown
men
man.
are really.
25 is grown, I
But
agree.
They're saying
Nah, you ain't about to have me out here on some bullshit. 25 is a grown ass
They're
man.
saying 25-year-old men are where it's at. All the older women. That's what I'm trying to say. The women that I've been talking to, like in their 30s, late 30s, they're like, yo, like these younger men. They come. They're intentional. They come with it. They're like not playing around. They want to date you. They like treat you like you're a goddess. They appreciate you. They talk life into you. Like I am hearing that these younger men from all these women, they are where it's at. I've never dated a younger man before. No, I've never wanted to.
They're telling
but
the
like
truth.
at this point, they're talking about
Is this the truth after dark? They're telling the truth.
A few moments later.
I've supported men financially throughout my life. It got to a point where they were ungrateful, and one of them actually cheated on me with a stripper with money that I gave him.
How did that make you feel?
I mean, honestly, I love a good plot. So this shit was so crazy that I was like, this is unserious. How the you gonna be sitting on my couch playing Xbox all day after you lost your job, after I've told you, don't do this thing, it's gonna make you lose your job, and he lost his job, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna be a soldier, you know what I mean? I'm gonna be a ride or die. And I'm like, take a week, chill, get your mind right, whatever. Week turns into a month, and then I'm like, all right, look, you ain't finna be sitting on the couch playing video games all day while I pay all the bills. That's crazy.
This is what I'm hearing. And even
But I don't like. It's 20. I don't want to be clear here because I'm not. I don't like. 25 is a grown man.
It's a grown man. Joy.
Okay.
You're not. Don't
You're not
worry
about to have me
that.
on some
No.
bullshit.
What about it? What else is non-negotiable for you?
I'm less and less interested in religious men. If I'm being honest with you, I told Paul this the other day. I don't know. But you hit me with the man of God thing. I says I'm.
But you say God a lot on your podcast.
God.
Yeah, you be like God. Oh my God.
Oh my God. No.
Oh my God, it's different.
Oh my God, it's different than being a man of God. If you're leading, I don't know. I've just had some. I've had some negative. I've had some negative experiences with people that lead with their religion.
Are you religious?
Not really.
No.
No.
So
I would say I'm a person of faith, but I'm not,
Okay.
I was raised in a Baptist church, very, very religious family. I don't think that just because you're a Christian that you are, not living a good life. I'm just saying if that's the first thing that you bring to the table, it's a red flag for me because
feel
I
like
don't
they're hiding
care.
behind their
I don't
religion.
care. Why? What does
Something
this matter to
happened
me?
with that before. That's what that happened.
Multiple times.
Yeah.
yeah, you might have a trigger behind that.
I do.
Yeah,
I do.
Yeah.
Now, what you hear is a woman who is 38 years old. She's hit the wall. Whenever a woman starts to announce her age like that, look, I'm 38 effing years old. She's hit the wall. She knows it. Her mindset is embracing that she hit the wall. And I will give Joy Taylor some respect. For her to say it like that, she embraces and accepts that she's hitting the wall. There's women out here that's 29, 30, 31 that done already hit the wall, and they still around here trying to act like they're young instead of trying to hold on to the best thing they got. And they all end up in certain situations, dog. You know what I mean? Now, I'm not saying a woman gonna end up homeless or she ain't gonna have nobody. I'm saying she gonna end up in the worst situation that she could have ended up in if she had played the game the right way. You understand me? See, you can lose the game. That don't mean you ain't gonna be able to play next year. That just means you're gonna be a losing team next year. That just means you're a losing team. All the teams don't always win. There's only one champion at the end of every sports season. Only one champion. Everybody else is a loser. So I say this to y'all, man. When you see a woman talking like this, that she doesn't even want a man of God, she doesn't want anyone to hold her accountable. She doesn't want anyone to place demands on her. A woman like this is okay with paying younger men to be around because you have some power and control when you take care of a man. Just like a man, you have power and control when you take care of a woman. Now, y'all don't always exhibit that power, always use that power to your advantage, always, exert that power and force, but you have it. It's there if you want it.
But there has been times where I will be talking to a man and I won't be feeling it. And people will be like, why? And I'll be like, he's just too nice. And people will look at me like I'm stupid. They'll be like, what do you mean he's too nice? Like you want somebody mean? And I figured it out. It's not that I want somebody mean. It's just what I'm looking for in a man is masculine energy that is dominant over my masculine energy so it can bring out my feminine energy. Does that make sense? Like, if I feel like I have more masculine energy than you do, then I feel like you can't really be dominant over me and I can't be submissive and my feminine energy can't come out. Does that make sense? Because it makes sense to me.
And I say this, she speaks for a lot of women. Let me give y'all an example, man. I was telling a woman, man, about, some biblical things. And she said, well, that's your opinion. I said, no, I'm quoting the word to you word for word. She said, well, maybe you're misconstruing the word. Maybe you're taking it out of context. Bro, and it was something simple. It's like a man should only bow down to God, to the God. A man should only bow down to the Most High. Woman said, I might have been taking that out of context. And I want y'all to understand something. All you can do with a woman like that is cut her off.
Yeah, this is actually a fact. Wayne literally kicked me and my daughter out on Mother's Day today.
Either play with her if you want to, but don't stay with her. Me, myself, it get to that point right there, man, a woman like that, I ain't got to play with her. I don't have to, I'm not forced to play with her. I don't have to play with her. If I want to play, I have other options to play with. I never have to just play with one woman. I have other options if that's what I want to do. So I say this to y'all, man. I use that example to show you, man, women don't want a godly man. So that's why the majority of men who have a lot of women, they have to be whoremongers men. They have to be guys who don't have standards. They don't have no dietary standards. They don't have no liquor standards. They don't have no freaky standards. They don't have no music standards. They don't have no movie standards. They'll do, say, watch, play, eat, freak, anything. Because as you start to become a man of God and govern your mouth and govern your life spiritually, rather, you tend to not be in the places that a foul woman wants to be. You tend to not be indulging in the things that a foul woman wants to indulge in. And the bottom line is you start to understand the value of a woman. So you're not willing to be a sugar daddy. You're not willing to trick off on a woman. You're not willing to pay a woman to play. You're not willing to allow a woman to leech from your resources just because y'all are playing together sometimes. I'm not saying that you will never do anything for a woman, but you don't let a woman establish an arrangement with you where because she's sleeping with you sometime every month, she can call you and her bills get paid by you. You don't do that because that's not a godly thing, because that reminds you that the woman you're dealing with is a 304. Only a 304 wants to exchange her body for money. There's no other woman on earth who wants to exchange her body for money. It just doesn't happen. Now, you could go somewhere and get a virgin wife and pay a dowry and all that. She's not exchanging her body for money. She's dedicating her life to you for that dowry that you're paying her family. Or if you just go somewhere and there's no dowry and you meet a woman that's a worthy wife, virgin wife, and you make her your wife, she's dedicating her life to you. You're providing and protecting for your wife. These women be having multiple men and still be wanting that. And I'm just telling you, men, the majority of women in the United States are just like Joy Taylor. They want a man who they can control with their body. They want a man who's weak. And they know if you're a godly man, you're not weak for a woman. They know they cannot control you if you're a godly man. They know that they can't come and go in and out of your life, talk crazy, then come back in. They know they can't Forrest Gump you. if you're a godly man. So I say to you men, there's a certain level of women that God has reserved for the men of God. That's why we end up, some kind of strange way, we end up finding the virgin wives. That's why some kind of strange way, we end up finding the woman who are dedicated to the process of our progress. While the average man is around here competing with women, while the average man is around here competing with other men to prove himself worthy of being the one who gets to play with this woman on any particular day. The same playground that all these other men are playing on. And then spending money on the woman to rent the playground sometimes. Don't worry about what women say, because they all eventually age out of desirability anyway. Honestly, I have better options than Joy Taylor. I'm not saying I have better options than she has. I have better options in women than Joy Taylor. I have women that I would pick in my own life over Joy Taylor. And I'm quite sure some of you do as well. And the bottom line is, who cares what she says she don't want? Because men of God don't want a woman like Joy Taylor anyway. Isn't she the woman who was exposed by sleeping around on the job and Emmanuel Ocho was online smelling his finger and all of that, man? Yeah, that was her. Check this out. So I just want y'all to understand, brothers, there is no reason for you and I to give a damn if a woman like Joy Taylor or any other of these other scallywags say they don't want a man of God. Because newsflash, a man of God doesn't want you either. That's just the way it is. If a man, let me tell y'all women something. If a man has never taken you to meet his family, you're something to play with. If a man has never let you in onto any of his business arrangements or any of that, or let you even be a part of it to see if how you can benefit it, you're something to play with. If a man has not made plans to, create a home with you or make some babies with you or something, you're something to play with. Now, the man I'm talking about is the man you don't like now, the man of God. Because these other jokers, they'll do it. All right, I'm done with this one. Like this video on your way out if you enjoyed the content. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. When you subscribe, click that notification bell. Make sure your notifications are on so you can be alerted to when I upload some more of this Prism of the Ism. And as always, Alpha's up, Beta's down. Peace.